Okay, I'm still not feeling very well. Not feeling very well still. I was feeling better on Thursday, so I was really ill Tuesday, and then I felt better in the morning, and then by about 12 o'clock, I started going through like this sweat thing where I was just really like went from sweaty to freezing, shivering, and they just kept doing that throughout the whole day. And then Thursday I was fine. I felt like it had gone. I even hoovered the house, and I was feeling fine. I went to the spa, um, and then Friday it seems to have come back on again. But I'm a little bit confused because on one hand it feels like it's come back on, but on the other hand it also feels like isn't this how I usually feel? So I don't know. I've got a cough, but that's a bit different. But yeah, and I've been feeling massively dizzy yesterday. But that again was like the Kylie Minogue "I'm spinning around" song, and I often feel this way. Um, but yeah, um, I have been increasingly getting more and more annoyed with that channel on Facebook. Lies, religion is all lies and stuff. It's so annoying. I want to talk about it because it's really bothering me. It's so annoying how I can post on that wall so many times how I'm God, I'm God, I'm God. Look at my evidence, look at my page, look at my. I, I do it. I've been doing this for so long, and it just feels like no matter how many times I post or how many times I try and talk to people, there's always a bunch of fucking morons that go on there saying God's not talking to me, so God's not real. And I'm really frustrated, and I'm surprised that Facebook is not blocking me at this point, because at this point I just really want to just go on there and just tell everyone to go fucking kill themselves. Like I'm not feeling well. I don't like humans, and then to think that they just take pictures of dying kids in war and say this is evidence that God's not real. And it's like, no, actually there's a bunch of reasons that there's a bunch of things that this could show. I mean, if God is anything but the Islamic God, then a bunch of Islamic people dying is not going to be proof that God is not real. I mean, it could be proof that God is real and that they just worship the wrong God. Like, why would that not be even a possibility in their mind to think of? It's just, oh, look what's happening in Gaza. All these babies are dying. Oh, this is evidence that God is not real. Yeah, or maybe these people were having kids that they didn't want, or they didn't, that God didn't want. And it's just, oh, I can't even talk. I didn't want this many fucking people. And yet Christians, a lot of Christians, believe that, oh yeah, it's all the spirit, it all comes from the spirit. And yeah. Well, maybe it's fucking God's spirit that's been draining out of her, and she's feeling like she's fucking dying because of all of you. And then what, you're just gonna go, just say whatever shit you want. Oh, God told me this, God told me that. God, oh, I've really had enough. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. I think I should unfollow these pages because they're just winding me up. I was seeing some interesting posts a few weeks ago, and I was posting them. But if all the posts are about just people thinking, oh, I'm so special. If God's not talking to me, then God's not real. Yeah, or maybe God is talking to you because I'm talking to you, and you're just saying that I'm a pathetic loser, God, because what? Because there's war in a different country. Actually, I think the war is more testimony of how glad I am of fucking getting rid of people. I hate people. I really hate people. I really hate people. Now, if God is powerful, maybe God wants war. Why would that not be a possibility in their mind? I'm not happy. It's just like if they try and find evidence that God, of any kind of God, it's like go straight to the Bible. The Bible says God is this, God is that, and we know that God is not this and God is not that. Therefore, God's not real. And I can't stand it. I can't stand it because I'm constantly seeing evidence that I'm linking to so many different things. But people still seem to think that God is only real if God has a personal conversation with them. And yet when I try and they tempt me, it's like they're doing this because they want me to have a personal conversation. And the second I do have a personal conversation, they just insult me and tell me I'm insane. I support war because I think humans are fucking morons. Um, and I hate, I'm actually really starting to despise this tolerance that people have towards narcissistic beliefs, narcissistic views. You know, there's a difference between racism and and narcissistic views, and yet there's so many people that would say that it's the same thing. Oh, Islamic is just Middle Eastern people. You can't be racist against them. It's just like, no, I'm a racist against. I'm not racist. I can see beliefs that they have that are incorrect and are shit, and I hate this. And then I don't know. I don't I don't know what's going on with the English government, but I I I hate. I don't. I'm not a fan of Ricky. No, what's his name again? That president that we have, Keir Schumacher. I can never remember his name. I'm not a fan of him. I feel like he's just. He reminds me of just people just being tolerant. Oh, they're killing you in the Middle East. Come on in. We'll welcome you in. I don't even know if this is happening. I'm getting bothered by I think I want to be bothered by something. I want to be bothered by something that's not people saying that they're talking to me when they're not talking to me, or when they are talking to me but they're denying that I am who I am saying I am. I'm getting annoyed of that, so I want to try and pick on other things and find something else to complain about. And and yeah, as much as I hate the Christian view, the Islamic view is worse. And then to think that there's so many people in England that just see Islamic views as just, oh, it's just their views. We have to be respectful of their views. No, no, I don't want to be respectful of their views. I'm way past that. I don't want to be respectful of anyone's views any longer. Should I just be respectful to all the people that say that because war is happening, this is evidence that God's not real, rather than be like, oh, maybe God is real and actually wants this to happen? Or maybe God is real and can't stop this from happening. Or maybe people are just keep on having babies and they don't realise that actually they're killing God because there's too many people and the planet's not coping and I can't even speak properly. And then you can insult me because I'm not speaking. Oh, you can't be God because you're not speaking properly. You spelled dare incorrectly. That means you're not God. There's a difference between writing the English language and remembering it. Oh. And I would love that. Just, I want to get rid of all Christians and all Islams, but that's probably not gonna. There won't be anyone left if I did all that. But yeah, Islam is. You need to give the truth. You know, if you need to give the truth and see who converts, and if Islamic people are. I think it's that I watched a clip where someone was in Canada and they said, and they were saying that they want to create an Islamic sort of law. Should they want to turn Canada into as an Islamic a Muslim state or whatever? Create a Muslim group of people. Fuck's sake, I don't even know what to say. A group of governments, create an Islamic Muslim government in Canada. And it really, really bothers me, that does. Because Okay, America's there's all sorts of rubbishy people in that country. It's a mixture of good and bad people, but I think Canada's like a really good place, but I don't actually know because I've never actually been there. Um, and but yeah, it I want there to be good and bad places, but I feel like that's just not how the world is. Because in England, I could say that England's a good place, but then I'm just thinking about all the pockets of bad places in England, and it's like, no, that's not the truth. And I could say the same about America. There's some really good areas and some really bad areas, and and then I like the idea of all the people that want to believe in Israel is in Sharia law and just treating women like crap, or you go back to the desert and you stay in the desert and then everyone else can go and live in a nice country. The problem is, does a nice country actually exist? Canada is a nice place, and so the idea that a bunch of Sharia law people are just going to go over there and say, right, we're going to turn this into Sharia law. I just like that. It feels like you've just created a really nice art painting, and then someone's just come in and just graffitied all over it with a big smiley face or something, and then you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop ruining my painting. And so the thought that people who believe in Sharia law are just going to go somewhere that's perhaps nicer. I don't know. I've never been to Canada. I think it's nice. I'm pretty sure it's definitely nicer than the desert area. But yeah, the idea that the people who have these Sharia law beliefs, um, which is basically just to treat women like submissive slaves and just let men make all the decisions. The idea that these people are going to come to nice countries and then just try and wreck it with their false beliefs, and the people around are just going to be like, oh, we can't insult them because it's racism. I think that's really pissed me off, that has. And then I'm thinking of the English president, and would he really stand up for these against this? I don't think he is. I don't think he would. I think it's. I think he just he stands up for a bunch of people who believe in tolerance. Tolerance is only good if you want to just fuck up the place. Basically, I think I like that. The world is so fucking bad that I think tolerance is actually can actually completely destroy a place. Oh, we're just going to be tolerant. Yeah, these people are just like us. There's nothing different. Okay, yeah, you ask them about if rape is wrong, and they just say, oh well, the neighbors. The neighbor. If you rape someone and they're screaming, they might wake up all the neighbors. So yeah, the neighbors are going to get angry. What about the girl? Well, we don't want to wake up the next morning and find out we got HIV. But what about the girl's feelings? Oh, she might get pregnant. Oh, yeah. We got to be careful of that. No, the fucking girl, you fucking freaks. Okay, watch that post. That was fucking annoying. Some African men, their discussion on whether rape is wrong. Oh, it's only wrong if it upsets the neighbors. Oh, it's only wrong if you get HIV. Oh, it's only wrong if there's a baby that starts coming after you and saying, "Hey, daddy, I need stuff." But yeah, it's not wrong if the woman's screaming. It's not wrong if the woman just feels like shit. If fucking ill. If you start letting these people into better countries, the better countries are not going to be better countries. The problem is, I'm not sure what a better country actually is. I could say England's a better country because they don't have guns. I agree with that. Ah, but is it a better country? Yeah. I'm glad you're not tolerant towards that, because tolerance could just mean, yeah, let's just be tolerant towards guns. That's fine. I'm glad you're not tolerant towards guns. Mm. Ow, my head hurts. Mm. I'm too depressed, and I don't care if what I'm saying is coming off racist. I don't give a shit. I'm against humans. If you think I'm against people because of the colour of their skin, I think I'm more against people if you have skin. Let's just say that.